Hold on to your seats. In this video, we're diving into the shocking moment when a celebrity mocks God on live TV. But wait, there's more. You won't believe the jaw-dropping aftermath that followed. Is it karma or just coincidence? Tune in to find out the whole story that has everyone talking. Demi Lovato's evolution as an artist is a powerful testament to the journey of self-discovery and embracing authenticity. Throughout her career, Lovato has fearlessly challenged societal expectations and norms, carving a path that is uniquely her own. From her early days as a Disney Channel star to her more recent endeavors, Lovato has consistently pushed the boundaries of her artistry, refusing to be confined by conventional molds. As an LGBTQ+ advocate and someone who has openly shared her own struggles with mental health and addiction, Lovato has become an inspiring figure for many. Her willingness to be vulnerable and transparent has resonated with fans worldwide, as she encourages others to embrace their true selves and find strength in their individuality. Lovato has made use of her musical platform to discuss personal experiences, take on societal issues, and unabashedly express her identity. She has done this through the medium of her music. Listeners are able to connect with her on a profound level and find solace in their own struggles, thanks to the fact that both her lyrics and performances are a reflection of her journey. The development of Demi Lovato as an artist serves as a potent reminder that accepting one's authentic self is not only liberating, but also a catalyst for personal growth and societal change. This is a powerful lesson that can be learned from Lovato's career. Demi Lovato's most recent album, Holy Fuck, finds the singer exploring uncharted territory by incorporating religious imagery and taking on religious condemnation head-on. The thought-provoking title of the album in and of itself challenges conventional perceptions and encourages listeners to investigate further into the album's content that provokes deep reflection. Throughout the entirety of the album, Lovato deftly weaves religious references and allusions, thereby creating a rich tapestry that encourages introspection and stimulates conversation. She brazenly accepts her own depravity and presents herself to the world as a complicated, multifaceted individual who defies the expectations and norms of society. Lovato is raising important questions about the exclusion and marginalization faced by LGBTQ+ individuals within religious contexts by taking on the roles of an outspoken critic of religious condemnation. She challenges the idea that one's identity and spirituality are mutually exclusive through the lyrics of her music, urging listeners to reconsider the boundaries that are imposed by religious institutions. Demi Lovato uses her platform to shed light on the intersection of faith, sexuality, and personal identity in her song, Holy Fuck, which pushes the boundaries of artistic expression. She encourages a more inclusive and compassionate understanding of spirituality by confronting religious condemnation and incorporating religious imagery into her work, which sparks conversations and opens up avenues for discussion. The content and imagery of Demi Lovato's album have been deemed controversial, which has contributed to the album's success in attracting attention. Because of its bold approach, the album has been misunderstood by some listeners, who believe it is making fun of or challenging traditional Christian beliefs. The album's title has a profound meaning in Christian theology. However, the way in which it is used in the recording seems to make light of this holy term in a way that many listeners find to be disrespectful. In addition, both the album cover and a number of the lyrical themes explored within the songs challenge the norms of what is traditionally considered respectful in Christian circles. It is important to note that art and music frequently serve as platforms for individuals to express themselves and investigate their own personal beliefs. It is possible that Demi Lovato's song, Holy Fuck, represents her investigation into her own personal identity and spirituality. However, certain Christian communities have been left with the impression that their most sacred values are being made fun of due to the unconventional portrayal of religious themes. Demi Lovato surprised everyone with a major announcement on May 19, 2021, when they shared with the general public that they identify as non-binary and will be using they/them pronouns moving forward. Diverse opinions and responses were voiced in response to this decision. Many people regarded it as a brave and genuine demonstration of one's individuality in their own unique way. On the other hand, many conservative subgroups, particularly within Christian communities, held the view that it was incompatible with the conventional Christian teachings on the proper roles of men and women. Some readings of biblical passages are interpreted in a way that lends credence to the idea that there are only two possible gender identities within the framework of Christian doctrine. The concept of non-binary gender identity presents a challenge to those who hold these beliefs because it calls into question the traditional frameworks that they adhere to. Demi Lovato's announcement, which she made as a public figure, contributed to the ongoing conversation and sometimes divisive debates that surround gender identity, as well as the intersection between individual self-expression and religious beliefs. Demi Lovato has been candid about her experiences of anger and feeling misunderstood as a queer person while growing up in the church. She has shared these experiences in interviews. The struggles that Lovato went through as a member of the LGBTQ+ community while growing up in a religious setting shed light on the difficulties that many people who identify outside of the heterosexual norm go through. For queer people, the church, which frequently maintains traditional views on sexuality, can be a source of contention and alienation because of these views. Lovato vented her frustration at the lack of acceptance she experienced within the Christian community, as well as the shame she felt as a result of her sexual orientation. The openness with which Lovato has discussed the challenges she has faced brings into sharp relief the significance of the creation of welcoming and accepting environments within religious institutions. It serves as a reminder that individuals should not be required to sacrifice their genuineness and sense of self in order to conform to the expectations of society or religion. It serves as a reminder that individuals should not be required to sacrifice their genuineness and sense of self in order to conform with the expectations of society or religion. The candor with which Lovato has approached these topics contributes to ongoing conversations about the acceptance of LGBTQ+ individuals, thereby paving the way for greater understanding and compassion within the religious communities. According to Demi Lovato, the purpose of the church is frequently misunderstood as being solely community-driven, rather than focusing on a personal relationship with God. This is despite the fact that the church's primary focus should be on such a relationship. The view that the church is primarily a gathering place for people of similar beliefs is challenged by Lovato's point of view, which sheds light on a common misconception. Lovato hints that the true nature of religious faith goes deeper than merely having connections with one's community. According to Lovato, the church ought to be regarded as a medium through which individuals can make contact with a superior power and develop a direct relationship with God. This comprehension places a greater emphasis on the significance of spirituality and the individual's journey toward faith, as opposed to relying solely on the shared experiences that are found within the context of local church community. Lovato's point of view inspires individuals to conduct a more in-depth examination of their own beliefs and motivates people to look for a genuine connection with their religion. Lovato's point of view challenges the conventional notions that are associated with the function and role of religious institutions because it recognizes the church as a place where an individual can experience personal development and introspection. Demi Lovato came out with another stirring piece of work in 2021 titled Dancing with the Devil, prior to the release of her controversial album, Holy Fuck. This album is very personal to Lovato, and it provides an unfiltered look into her struggles with addiction and her journey to recover from it, as well as an investigation of her sexual preferences. Some people saw the album as a rebellion against Lovato's Christian upbringing because of its title, which alludes to religious imagery, and its content, which delves into certain topics that are frequently considered taboo within conservative Christian circles. It appeared as though Lovato was challenging the limitations and expectations that were imposed on her as a result of her religious upbringing through the medium of her music, and she was embracing a narrative of self-discovery and authenticity. In the end, Dancing with the Devil serves as an illustration of how artists can use their platforms to address personal and frequently stigmatized issues, even if doing so requires navigating the difficult terrain of cultural and religious expectations. And that's all for this video. Please do share your point of view about this. If you want to watch more, then hit that subscribe button.